Welcome back to Just the Juice. My name is Christian Natolo, and today's juice is Trader Joe's Cranberry Juice Cocktail. Let's give it a sip. Very sweet, very sweet. I really like the texture of this one. I'm a big fan of cranberry juice, so this should be a good one. On to our first topic, Tucker Carlson. In a stark and concise four-sentence announcement, Fox News declared on Monday that its primetime star, Tucker Carlson, would be departing from the network with immediate effect. The network released a statement through a spokesperson stating, Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways, expressing gratitude for his service as a host and contributor. It was revealed that Carlson's last day hosting his show was on Friday, April 21st, a decision reportedly made by Fox Corporation chief executives Suzanne Scott and Lachlan Murdoch. Despite the announcement, Fox News continued to promote an interview between Carlson and a presidential candidate scheduled to air later that night. The departure of Fox's top opinion host comes shortly after the network settled a massive defamation lawsuit filed by Dominion Voting Systems, an election technology company, for over $787 million less than a week prior. The ouster of Carlson was also celebrated by a producer who had filed a sex discrimination lawsuit against him, claiming sexism and harassment in the workplace, including examples of misogyny such as mocked-up images of former U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in revealing attire and polling of staff on which female candidate for Michigan governor they would rather have sex with. Tenver Rahman, one of the producer's lawyers, described Carlson's departure as an admission of the systemic lying, bullying, conspiracy mongering alleged in their client's lawsuit, and expressed eagerness to depose Carlson and his subordinates under oath in the near future. In addition to Carlson's departure, Fox also terminated Justin Wells, the senior executive producer of Carlson's show, who was also named as a defendant in the discrimination lawsuit. The producer had filed two separate lawsuits, one in New York and one in Delaware, with the latter focusing on alleged pressure from Fox's legal team to provide false statements during the defamation case. Fox denied the accusations against its lawyers and fired the producer for disclosing privileged information in violation of legal entitlement. The producer, in her statement regarding Carlson's ouster, hailed it as a step towards accountability for the election lies and baseless conspiracy theories spread by Fox News, which she claimed to have witnessed firsthand. She described it as justice for the American people and Fox News viewers who had been manipulated and deceived for years in a pursuit of higher ratings and revenue. Documents made public prior to the Dominion Voting Systems settlement exposed a disconnect between what Carlson said on air and behind the scenes. While he raised skeptical questions on his show about the lack of evidence for claims made by Trump ally Sidney Powell, he hosted MyPillow founder Mike Lindell, who repeated the false claims on his show in January 2021. Carlson referred to Powell using an exceptionally vulgar term for a woman in private communications with a colleague. Fox announced that a rotating cast of personalities would fill in during the primetime slot until a permanent replacement for Carlson is named. Carlson, who took over from former star host Bill O'Reilly after his departure due to sexual harassment allegations, had become Fox News' most prominent personality and had a significant presence on Fox Nation, the network's right-wing streaming site. Despite enduring numerous controversies throughout his career, including the departure of his top writer over racist, sexist, and homophobic commentaries and criticism from civil rights leaders for broadcasting racist, anti-Semitic, and anti-immigrant ideology, Carlson's departure from Fox News is a significant development in the media landscape. On to our next topic, Joe Biden. After months of hinting at a likely bid, President Biden officially announced on Tuesday that he will seek a second term as President of the United States in the 2024 election. In a 3-minute video, Biden linked images from the January 6 riots at the Capitol with protests over the Supreme Court decision overturning abortion rights and framing the upcoming election as a battle for the soul of America. Despite being 80 years old, making him the oldest person to serve as president, Biden is unlikely to face a serious challenge for the nomination as rank-and-file Democratic voters have begun to unite around him, with the majority expressing confidence in his candidacy over the other potential contenders in recent polls. Biden's entry into the race sets up a potential rematch with former President Donald Trump, who announced in November that he would also make another run for office. While Trump is expected to face a vigorous primary race, he remains the candidate to beat among Republicans. The announcement comes 4 years to the day from the launch of Biden's 2020 campaign, which he also declared via video, but unlike 2020, when there were 19 other candidates already in the crowded race, Biden is not expected to face any serious Democratic contenders this time around. Biden's win in 2020 was largely a reflection of antipathy toward Trump and anger over the handling of the coronavirus pandemic by the Trump administration. However, with the pandemic now in the past and the uncertain economy dominating as Americans' top concern, Biden's approval rating has lagged in the low 40s, with concerns over his handling of the economy among both Democrats and independents. Nevertheless, Biden's policies, including climate and healthcare measures, have largely been popular, and he has positioned himself as a candidate who will continue to fight for the middle class, expand access to healthcare, take action on climate change, increase taxes on billionaires, strengthen antitrust of enforcement, and pursue police reform and gun control. Biden's 2024 campaign announcement also highlighted key members of his campaign team, including campaign manager Julie Chavez Rodriguez and principal deputy campaign manager Quentin Fulks, both of whom have experience in Democratic politics. Biden's prospects for a second term improved after the midterms, where Democrats performed better than anticipated, largely due to activism around abortion rights and the toxicity of many Trump backed candidates in competitive states and districts. Despite facing challenges and criticism during his first term, Biden's decision to run for re election is fueled by his belief in his ability to continue to address the challenges facing the nation and finish the job he started in his first term. Overall, Biden's official announcement of his candidacy for a second term as president comes with both confidence and challenges. While he has the support of many Democratic voters and has positioned himself as a champion for key issues such as healthcare, climate change, and economic reform, he also faces criticism and concerns about his age, approval ratings, and the state of the economy. The 2024 presidential election is shaping up to be a contentious rematch between Biden and Trump, and the outcome will likely be determined by various factors, including the candidate's ability to connect with voters, their policies, and the prevailing political climate at the time of the election. All right, enough about politics. It's time for today's most interesting topic: Ghostwriter AI. Last week, the world was introduced to a viral hit created by a mysterious sheet wearing producer known as Ghostwriter, who claimed to have used artificial intelligence to generate a song called Heart on My Sleeve that sounded just like popular artist Drake and The Weeknd. The song was originally posted on TikTok and quickly gained over 9 million views, inspiring thousands of derivative TikToks and accumulating hundreds of thousands of plays on Spotify and YouTube within a few days. However, just as quickly as the song gained traction, it was taken down from Spotify and other streaming platforms after Universal Music Group, the rights holder, expressed his displeasure. Ghostwriter's artist page on Spotify was temporarily inaccessible, and the original videos posted on TikTok by Ghostwriter are no longer available. UMG stated that platforms have a legal and ethical responsibility to prevent the use of their services in ways that harm artists and emphasize their commitment to addressing these issues with their platform partners. The incident involving Ghostwriter and the AI-generated content has raised ethical questions and may be seen as a pivotal moment for the musical industry. In a TikTok comment, Ghostwriter claimed to be a ghostwriter in the music industry who has been paid very little while major labels profit, and the AI used to create bootleg versions of superstars was a form of revenge. On the other hand, UMG and other large music corporations claim to be on the side of artists. This situation highlights the complex relationship between AI, music creation, and intellectual property rights, and underscores the ongoing debate on the ethical implications of using AI in creative works. It may serve as a catalyst for discussions and considerations on the role of AI generated content in the music industry and how it impacts artists, rights holders, and the wider creative community. Before we end today's episode, we cannot forget about the juice rating. Trader Joe's cranberry juice cocktail. Let's give it one more sip. I'm going to have to give this one a solid 9 out of 10. I love me some cranberry juice. Thank you so much for tuning in today.